Hey guys, Adrian Amaral here with 911 Gadgets. Today we're going to be doing an LG G6 LCD replacement with the frame. I've done these, the LCDs only, but it's a little bit more difficult and it's just a little bit easier to just order it with the frame, as you can see it here. I already have it. We're going to be walking you step by step, start to finish, how to replace this screen on an LG G6. Here we have, side by side, we have the old screen still on the phone. Let's see if it's charged. It is charged a little bit. Okay, so the screen still looks pretty good, but as you can see, it looks pretty badly cracked. Here's the replacement screen with the frame. The first thing you're gonna need is a heat gun. So let me put this here. So this is like just like the Galaxy S6, 7, 8s, and 9s and stuff, the Galaxy series. It has the back glued onto the frame. So you're gonna need a heat gun to kind of loosen up that adhesive, and then you'll need a pry tool. I usually just use these blades right here, and maybe a card or something. You can use a playing card, or you can use a business card, or this pick. These are very good picks. These are 40mm picks. They're very thin. So let's start by applying some heat. Now the phone, it can be on if you want. This one just turned off. I know it was kind of low battery, but you can leave it on. It doesn't matter. Best practice is to turn it off. I gotta keep looking, make sure I have the video capturing the whole phone. I've been having technical difficulties with my setup, so I know in the last video with the iPad mini, the audio was just terrible. I apologize for that, but it was such a long video and I really hate doing iPads, so I didn't redo it. Okay, I'm gonna heat it up a little bit more towards the bottom. I'm gonna start through here. Alright, so as long as you get a little entry there, you can insert your plastic, whatever plastic tool or thin tool you decide to use. Alright, so that one is good. Alright, so we're in. Alright, so now that we're in, I'm going to see if I can go all the way without having to heat it up anymore. Usually I would wear a glove because this phone is kind of hot, but I should be alright. Okay, so we went all around, cutting through the adhesive that's holding this back cover together. Okay, kind of just pop it open like this. Excuse me. Alright, so now I'm going to use this card right here to kind of get to the middle parts. There you go. Let's go around. Alright, looking good. And it's out. There you go, it's off. Cool. So now our next step is we got to remove these screws here That's with a Phillips screwdriver. And I'm gonna try to put them on in order, because like I've mentioned before, you don't want to risk putting a longer screw where it doesn't belong, because you can break stuff. So I'll try to put these in order so I know how they go. So what we have to do is basically transfer everything from this frame to this one. You see it has absolutely nothing on it. So we'll see just how many components we actually need to transfer over, like the microphone and all these other little connectors. One important thing that you must do before you start removing all this black plastic here, and the motherboard especially, we have to take out the SIM tray, because that's holding the motherboard against the frame. So you need a SIM ejector tool, or what is it? Something sharp, something pointy. Some people like to use their earrings. So you can take out the SIM tray. So you just poke it here, and it pops out. Put that away. Continue disassembling the phone. No screws here, no screws here. Okay, they're all out. So I'm gonna start with the bottom. I'm gonna move this back cover aside so we can have more room to work with. And I'm gonna start from the bottom. I'm gonna pick it from here and go upward. There you go. This is your loudspeaker, and it just pops out like this. It has clips or whatever, but so put that over here. Put it in order. And then the next one is going to be this piece here. That's your it has your NFC and your wireless charging pad. So the same thing, I'm going to kind of wedge it from the side here, and there, it just pops right out. Put that over here. The next thing is going to be disconnect the battery. We always want to disconnect the battery. You can use your nails, or you can be fancy and use your plastic spudger tool like this. And once it's disconnected, you want to, maybe with some tweezers, be careful not to poke the battery. You can remove this tape. Let's see, that didn't work. So maybe you can use your nails. And this tape is going to be so that you can lift the battery. What I like to do is I like to heat it up a little bit from the front here, making sure you don't burn through the screen, because although this screen is cracked, it still has a good LCD. The colors still work, the touch still works, and you can save this for data recovery. So if a customer comes in and they have an LG G6 with a shattered screen, you can't see through it, it's all black, and they just want their pictures and data, then you have this to use to recover their data. So when you're heating up the screen, be careful not to burn through it if it's a good LCD. And this, you just kind of pull it upward, and there it is. Okay, I'm probably going to need some double-sided tape to put on our new frame for the battery. Next, we're going to unplug our LCD connector. I can use my nail. There you go. Unplug this connector too. There you go. And then lift the board and see. Okay, we've got this camera here that needs to get disconnected. We got some tape right here too, holding the motherboard to the vibrating motor. There you go, take that off. The camera should pop right out without having to disconnect it. This top one right here, there you go. Alright, so we set this aside in order. Yeah, I'm going to show you guys kind of what I mean by in order. So see how I have everything, how it should go right there. Yeah, I think I'll just leave it. Maybe I'll leave it like that for a little bit. I don't think you guys need to see my face, right? Okay. So, next, I'm going to put this here just to kind of compare what we're going to need to transfer. So we have to transfer this charging port here, apply some heat to it. Make sure there's no screws holding it down, and there's not. So as you can see, there's also this rubbery part that needs to get transferred over. So basically you got to see what's missing on this frame, and so you can transfer it from here to there. So this charging port, I've already applied heat to it so it can so that it can come off pretty easily. It's right here. It also has your microphone here. Okay, so that's one thing we gotta put on there. And remember, it goes, and look at this plastic here too. This plastic needs to go. So this goes over the LCD connector. You see? Okay. This thing had heat on there. If you can see, there's a little like plastic here, like a protector for the microphone. See, that's your mic hole right there. There's that protector there, but I think the new frame already has it. Looks like it does have it. You see that right there? However, let me make sure. I'm gonna try to remove this. Nope, it's not. I'm just gonna go ahead and put it on there. And actually, I'm not gonna put it on there. This thing was, I'll put it to the side just in case. But so we're gonna put this plastic right in there. It just looks like it clips on. There you go. You know what? I am gonna put that thing on. I'm gonna put it on here. Okay. There you go. It's on there. Then next is, I could have transferred this tape over. Let me see. But it doesn't have much glue left on there. So we're just going to leave it like that. Next is the charging port. As you can see, this blue tape there is on there. I was going to remove it, but I noticed that it's also on the old one. So I'm just going to leave it there. I'm going to put the charging port. It goes, the microphone goes right in that groove here. And then there's a little peg that goes in there. Okay, let's put the charging port first, right there. Alright, it's nice and seated now. You can apply some pressure to it, and it's good to go. Now let's look back over here, see what we need to transfer from the bottom up. Looks like we got the charging port, we got that plastic thing, this black tape or spongy stuff is already there. Let's see if we can remove this adhesive. Nah, it's gonna be too complicated. We'll just put new double-sided tape when we put the battery. Oh wow, look at this. This heat sink has to get transferred. They were not kind enough to just transfer it for us. Okay, so next up, we can go from bottom up. I mean, you could jump up to this is the heatsink I was talking about. You can jump up to the camera and speaker and all that stuff. But I'm gonna wait. We're just gonna go from bottom up. Okay. So this has to go. Let me apply some heat to that part. Oh, that's copper right there. Okay, so as you can tell, it's real flimsy. So okay, there it is. Bend this back. Okay, so that part was pretty easy. So put it back there where it goes. Okay, it already had some glue on there, so that's a heatsink. That's what helps your phone cool off. The copper right there, it removes the heat from here. Okay, so the next is the buttons. Let's see what this looks like here. You see this here? Looks like it's missing something. Yep. Okay, I'll put this over here for now. It's missing this be careful when you're pulling this, you don't want to rip it. Let's use this plastic. Never mind. I'm gonna remove this vibrating engine. Okay. I'm gonna put some double-sided tape on there. Go. Now I can pull this off a little bit better, have more room. Okay, so I'll put this right over here. Wait, not yet. I need to take those buttons out. Remember, I'm keeping everything in order so I don't forget how it goes. So these buttons, you probably just push them out now that that's gone. Great. With the frame, I'm afraid this should just pull out, I guess. Let's try it. We might break something here. Let me see. Let's push it out. There you go, it just pushes out. Got scared there for a little bit. Okay, so we got one button. Push that sucker in there. Okay, let's do it sideways like this. Okay, it doesn't want to go in. So let's take it back out and figure out a way to install this button. YLG. Oh, there you go. That was easy. Okay, next button. So I just used the Phillips screwdriver here, just anything basically, just nothing too pointy. You don't want to puncture the button. So just push it in through there. There you go. You push it in and then it pops out just like that. See that? Pull it out. There you go, and stick it in to the new one. Just like that. Push it in. Make sure it's straight, going in straight, and that you can see that little peg going in the hole. There you go. So I'm gonna stick it in. Come on, camera. There you go. Did you guys see that pop in? Perfect. Now we put this little tape that we took off. There you go. All right. That was probably the hardest thing of this repair so far. Okay, next goes this part. This kind of goes lined up with this vibrating motor. So now we test our buttons. They click, and these buttons are clicking into this black plastic we just put in there, and that connects to these 3 gold pads right there that plug into your motherboard. If you see your motherboard, it goes right there, like this. You see those gold pins? Well, flip your motherboard and you'll see that you have 3 gold, there's 3 gold pads. These are 3 gold pins that touch those pads right there, see? So now that we tested that the buttons are clicking, We successfully changed the buttons. Okay, next. We look over here at the front camera housing. So there's nothing there that we need to transfer from here to there. We look at your proximity sensor housing. There's nothing in here that we need to transfer from here to there. Next is your speaker. Now these, you have to really heat them up, because I've done it before where I pick it out and it breaks in half. So let's apply some good heat to that. Alright, then you go like, you can use the tweezers too, so let's go with the tweezers. Okay, we got this part down. Let's try to pull it. No. Alright, let's pick at it from here. Okay, upward. Make sure it's not breaking in half, and it's good to go. Now there's an adhesive there that you want to try to keep on, or if not, you can just use double-sided tape. So my adhesive went bad. There you go. I guess I can still use this. Okay, so I'm using this the same adhesive. I'm gonna go ahead and use the same one. There you go. 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 All right. Okay, cool. So let's put the sucker on the new frame. There you go. This one has two pins, two pegs that go into those two holes, and your speaker is done. Now you look at this square here, and it already has it, so you don't have to transfer that. So I think the last thing we need to transfer is probably this, but we'll still look at the board, at the frame one last time. And that's your audio connector, your audio jack. Okay, that was a little too much heat. I think I forgot what I was doing. Okay, go underneath it. Damn, it's hot. Okay. Now, if you're gonna use tweezers, make sure they're not bent like inward, because when you go to lift it, you can rip the connector. Make sure it's not bent. Okay, so there. I just took apart this piece, and there it is. Came right out. Before I put it on, though, I'm gonna make sure I transfer everything. You see how this has a black tape here, and it doesn't have it over here? So I'm gonna try and grab that. I don't think it's absolutely necessary, honestly. You'd be surprised how many things aren't really necessary. Like, you can leave it out and the phone will still work, or computers too. There's a lot of stuff with computers that, or even screws. Okay, so I got that. You see how it now looks the same? So I'm gonna put that on there. Where were we? We are going to put, okay, we put that tape on there just to be sure it's the same. We're gonna stick this audio jack right in there, and see this connector here? People would just, okay, oh, they just push it in there and that's ready. No, you gotta make sure. Let me see if this camera works a little bit better. I don't know, man. I need to get better cameras. I don't know what to get. You guys tell me what to get and I'll get it. So where was I? Oh yeah, this right there. Let me see. See, there's a hole there. Like if you push it, inward. There, it goes right in there. There's a peg that it sits on. Man, that looks terrible. Anyways, you get the idea. It's right there. So now it's ready. We're going to look at our old frame one more time. Oh, there it is. You see this black part right here? It just jumped right out at me. I would have already messed it up. So this black part is what pushes the SIM tray out when you stick a stick in there, like a needle or an injector tool. So that goes right in here. See this hole in there? Push it in, and there you go. It goes right in there. So it transfers from here, from this here, to the hole that was on the new frame. Right in there. And when you poke it, it pushes the SIM tray out, okay? So that's very important. Let's look at the old frame one more time. We got this red dot here, it's just marker. Okay, there's nothing else we got to transfer here. Nothing. The battery, I guess, but anything else? See this plastic here? Well, it's already over here, but see, this is something you might be like, oh, I forgot to transfer this over. Just gonna peel it off for fun. See? You would think you have to transfer, but you don't. Alright. What else? This sticker doesn't matter. Okay, anything else? Anything else? Nothing. Look around the edges of the frame. Right here. Nothing. Right here, nothing. It looks like we're done with transferring stuff. So this is our new one. We're gonna go ahead and put this is our battery. Let's put our motherboard in first though. Here's our board. It goes right in there. Stick the camera in first with your finger. There you go. Okay. There you go. Put the tape back on there. Connect your charging port right here. Connect your LCD connector. There you go. And then we're gonna use some double-sided tape for our battery. Use 2 little strands. So you see this here? I'm just gonna cut it in half. Put this. I'll flip the battery over. Put one here. And put another one here. Peel it. Okay, stick your battery. You can connect it now if you want. Just to line it up. I don't like connecting it at first, just in case, but to line it up is okay. So there you go. Put your battery on there. I unplug it. No, I don't have to unplug this one because I'm not gonna connect anything else. I already connected everything that I needed to, so I leave it plugged in. That's fine. So we'll grab our other stuff that's sitting right here, and you just put it back in the same order. But before you do that, make sure everything else is connected. You got your camera connected, your battery. There, you see this charging port kind of got disconnected. There you go. I plugged it back in. LCD connector. Make sure everything else is connected, and then you're good to go. Let's go. Okay, get the bottom part of this, and I'll put this back up this way, the way I was taking off the screws. Put them in order. Okay, maybe I can get a better angle there, huh? Let me see. There you go. Maybe that's better. Okay. We're almost done, guys. It would be a good practice to just go ahead and turn on the phone real quick. But I'm just gonna trust that the screen is good. See, sometimes you get a defective screen, you do all this work, you put everything back together, and at the end it doesn't turn on. So, but I'm gonna just trust that this one's working. You see all those pins right there? Guess what? Look at the back cover. That's where they touch. See that? See where my finger's at? Look. Right in there. Cell phones have come a long way, huh? From the flip phones. Okay, we're down to our last screw. Excuse me. And then we put our SIM tray. If you don't remember which way the SIM tray goes, always look at the hole. See? Just line up the holes. There we go. There you go. Alright. Let's this adhesive is still pretty good, so I'm gonna go ahead and just heat it up a little bit. Heat it up a bit, and I'll just place it back on there. All right, it's hot, so you might want to use gloves. And I'll use this. I'm just hoping that that is a good LCD, not defective. Alright guys, here we go. Let's take this off just so it could look nicer. Ready? Let's turn it on. And it's a good LCD, guys. It's not defective. Alright guys, so here it is. A brand new screen on the LG G6. It turned on, but it's dead, so let me charge it a little bit. Okay, so here it is, it's charging. I'm gonna turn it on. I want to test those buttons. Remember I had a difficult time replacing those buttons. So let's go ahead and just wait till this turns on. I'll put my tools away while I'm waiting for that. And here's the old one, which I can still use for data recovery. Okay. I don't have the password to this customer's phone, but I'm pretty sure, okay, so there it is. I'm pretty sure I can probably wake it up with the buttons. Yeah, there you go. So if I turn it off, I push the volume down button. Oh no, wait, yeah. Oh, you know what? It starts the camera. Alright, I'm gonna turn it off. I'm gonna push it one time. Doesn't turn it on, but double does the camera. Yeah, there you go. Let's see what the top one does. Nothing when you hit it once, and you do it twice. It doesn't do, there you go, it starts your notes. So that tells me that the buttons are working. The back button is also working. This phone is completed, guys. I wanna thank everybody who's subscribed to the channel. I want to tell you guys that I truly appreciate it. And I know the videos, you know, some of them have bad audio and stuff, but it's just sometimes they're just too long, and the things that I say while I'm fixing it seem to be more natural than when I do a voiceover. So I really need to upgrade my equipment here. I thought I bought some cool cameras here, but it's just, I don't know what it is. I still have to figure out what's wrong with my setup. So again, thank you so much for those of you who subscribed. Most of you guys are my friends, and a lot of you guys are my customers. My customers are my friends. I like to have this this nice relationship with everybody, everyone who comes to my store to get their stuff fixed. Thank you so much for subscribing and sharing. Again, if you guys want to learn how to make more money, like some extra cash, I can teach you a lot of stuff. Not just these repairs, which are basically hardware replacements and stuff like that, but I can teach you how to unlock phones, how to buy phones for cheap. I mean, I've bought expensive phones for real cheap, and then just turned around and sold them the next day for double or triple what we paid for them. So if you guys have any questions, if you ever run into a problem with your devices, or if you're looking to buy something, feel free to reach out. Like I said, I appreciate you guys helping me out to reach my 1,000 subscribers. And just reach out to me and I'll help you out. That does it for this video. Till next time, thanks.